Hey everyone, welcome back to EverQuest, the Hero's Journey. We are here on the level 65 Shadowknight Rogue Shaman. We've got 3,260 AA points spent with 89 AA points saved. Most recently, we burned 100 AA points, which I think is the max that you can have banked on another rank of Mystical Attuning. So we got an extra buff slot for those 100 AA points, and I'm intending to get another one. um, all the other stuff that I can buy is really not super useful for me, so I'll take another buff slot. We are in the plane of time. If you saw the previous two episodes, I think it was episode 98 and 98.5, you saw me attempt Quorum and die a whole lot. And then the next day I went back. I was practicing mostly, and surprisingly managed to kill him. I was not ready to record. I managed to get the last few seconds of the fight recorded. I didn't have any audio or anything, but did catch it on video. Quorum is dead. So we've cleared the plane of time up to Quorum. Haven't really considered trying Zeb, which is the custom boss at the end of Plane of Time after Quorum dies. I need to look into that a little more. There's like an easy version and a hard version, or I don't know what they call it, normal version and a hard version, or something like that. Yeah, so I got to figure that out at some point. Today we're planning on trying to do the Plane of Time again, but do it all in one go. Mostly the gods and Quorum. So I'm going to try and use this time phase quintessence that we got in one of the clears of phase 3, I think it is, at the end of phase 3 we got it. I think that you talk to Herald of Jewel Row, Hale, and we tell him we have found the mystical item to control time, I think. He says he can help you control time, but it comes at a cost. Give him the quintessence and he'll move time forward so you can immediately confront the lesser gods. So I think we're going to do that. Is a key. Well, they're rare. The same beings trapped in the prison are rumored to have them. So we're going to give it to him, I guess. Okay. And now we'll talk to him. It says, the lesser gods await you. Good luck, hero. Hail. Talk to him. It says we can start phase 4. I guess we can jump right to phase 4, right? Right? Perfect. Awesome. Now, time phased. We'll look that up. Those are expensive. I don't know how rare they are, but 19k, 19,000 platinum to get one of those to skip the first 3 phases of Plane of Time. So yeah, we just burned 19,000 platinum, but don't really need the money. Couple updates. So we cleared Plane of Time up to Quorum twice. The episode you saw, I think it was 97, of me clearing phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, was my very first time through Plane of Time on this server, on this character. So yeah, the day after, or maybe the 2 days after, I went back and managed to kill Quorum, and then I went through and did it again, all of phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Quorum. got some upgrades since, and upgraded a few items. So what's new? What's new? We got this Helm of Flowing Time, which I don't remember where that drops. Let me check. Helm of Flowing Time. I don't remember where we got that. Helm of Flowing Time comes from Valenczek. So we got that off of Valenczek. We did upgrade it to Legendary. Swapped out our Elemental Helm, Grimoire's Helm or something. What else? We did get the Grimoire's Guard of the Plagues. So that came from the breastplate mold that we think we got off of Ralisek the first time through. What else did we get? We got this Cudgel of Venomous Hatred. We got from our first time through Plane of Time. Managed to upgrade it to Legendary. And then on the second time through, we got another Legendary. We got another one, and it was Legendary. So almost a waste to have upgraded this one to Legendary, but we did it before we got a second one. So it's been very good. We got this moss-encrusted band. We got it off at Hydrotha in the Plane of Water and upgraded that to Legendary. We got some Elemental Plate boots, a Shadowknight version, Grimoire's Boots of the Plagues. So that was an upgrade from the, I think we were still using the Boots of the Vindicator from the Velius expansion. So that was a pretty good upgrade. Sharkbone Plated Pauldrons, I think you saw that one already. What else? What else? I think we upgraded our sleeves. No, you probably already saw that. I don't think there's any other new items. We're currently working on upgrading the Greaves of Furious Might. So we'll use those once we get them to Legendary. Let's go start killing stuff, and I'll talk a little bit more. Before we do that, I reworked my buffs a little bit. I'm gonna refresh my buffs. I'll do my clicky buffs, do my item buffs. Okay, do my proc buffs. And my sympathetic strike buffs. The Cudgel of the Venomous Hatred has sympathetic strike 7 on it. So I don't have to recast it. As long as I have that equipped, it's not going to fade. Unless I click it off or something. Or maybe if I die? I don't remember. I don't think so. What do we got for spells? Hang on. Damage over time. We'll do Bane, I guess. Magic. So we got our usual poison-based dots, envenomed bolt, Bane of Knife, Ancient Scourge of Knife, Blood of Saren, Venom of the Snake, Blood of Hate. We've got Malos, the Unresistible Resist debuff, Bond of Death, Touch of an Orc, Quiescence, and Tanarg's Mending. And then we just memmed Bane, which is a magic-based damage over time. What else? Well, let's go kill... Who do we want to kill first? I think we did Terrace last time first, so I'll do that again. Actually, I kind of want to kill myself, but then I'd have to do like rebuffs and it would slow me down. I ran into a thing last time through, and I mentioned this a long time ago, and I thought they fixed it, but uh, the Shadowknight AA ability, Shadow Curse or something, it reanimates corpses. So if you kill something, it has a chance to reanimate the corpse of the thing that you killed. 1 second here. All right. And a while back, basically what it did was it reanimated the closest corpse to you. Uh, and one trick you could use was you could reanimate your own corpse. So, if you had died, you could do /corpse drag, and that would like carry the corpse under you as you move around. And then you kill something, and it has a chance to reanimate your corpse. Now, this was, I don't know, a month ago, 2 months ago, whenever, like early on when they first introduced the AA, and I thought they fixed it, but my most recent clear of Plane of Time, it seemed like that was happening again, where I think I was working on killing Ralisek and died a couple times, and I was pulling him to the same spot, so I was basically on top of my corpse. I killed some of the ads, and then it reanimated me. Now the nice thing about that is, I guess on the back end, all players are bards. Some funky thing that they had to do to make the 3 classes possible. So yeah, if you reanimate your own corpse through that AA, the corpse that spawns is a bard, and then it uses bard songs, so you get a bunch of bard buffs, and it uses like bard songs on your target and things like that. So it's kind of neat. I don't know if it was a fluke or if some of the recent bug fixes, air quote, that they did kind of reverted that fix that they made previously, where that would no longer happen. I thought they changed it or fixed it so that the corpse reanimation would only work on the target that you just killed. Alright, Terrace Thule down, and we reanimated her. So she'll come help us kill some of the other gods in a minute here. I want to make a shout out to a recent comment on a video. Seth Turner? Seth, thank you. I guess I was working under a bad assumption about how weapon procs work in this game. Thinking that a weapon could only proc once, and it can, and that having an augment with a weapon proc would kind of diminish the main weapon proc, because then, I don't know, in my head, I don't know, that it would like choose one or the other, but that was not true. So 1 second, let me show you what I found, thanks to Seth. So there's a wiki page, THJ-wiki.web.app. Under the Getting Started section, Game Mechanics, there's a procs section that explains how procs work, and tells you about how procs work with weapons right here that have an innate proc, or like a proc that is on the weapon, and then how the procs work if you also add a proc by way of an augment. So it attempts to proc the built-in weapon proc, and if that fails, it then attempts to proc the augment proc. And if the weapon happens to have 2 augment proc slots, then it would try on the second proc slot as well. So yeah, great info here. It also tells you a little bit about proc mechanics for buffs, which changed a little bit of how I run my buffs. So I'll explain that. So you can see my buffs over here. So before, I didn't really care about like what order I had my proc buffs in, and I have 3 proc buffs right now, or technically 4. So I got Black Shroud, I got Call of Fire, and I got Soul Claw. And then I got Envenom Blades, but that's kind of a based off of the wiki information. That's like a separate timer because it's from an AA. So my understanding of what the information is saying is that the lowest buff ID, meaning like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up through however many buff slots you have, is the one that attempts to proc first, and then it will roll through, find the next one, attempt to use that one, and then keep going. That's my understanding of it. So before, I had Black Shroud kind of buried over, I don't know, in the like second half of my buffs, and I've moved it up. I've had a noticeable increase in my sustainability because of that, and maybe even my damage too. So now it attempts to proc Black Shroud first before attempting to do just the regular like direct damage procs of Call of Fire, Soul Claw, and also have Spirit of the Leopard, which is like a proc as well. So so yeah, I've found it a little easier to stay alive because I'm proccing life taps more often. Also, the info on that page says that AA proc things, such as what is the Shadowknight Touch of the Cursed, the one that gives you kind of an innate life tap that doesn't have like a buff on your bar. That is separate. That doesn't like have a timer on it. The buffs that cause procs do have a timer, and they can only have so many procs per minute according to that information. So I'm prioritizing right now Black Shroud. I want that to proc the most, or attempt to proc the most, for both damage and healing that I get from that. So yeah, thank you again, Seth, for pointing me in that direction. I'm sorry if anybody else was misled by my thinking about how weapon procs work and weapon buff procs, but there you go. Alright, let's kill Saren, or try to. Hope we will. What I've been up to on the character, not a whole lot. I've been going back and killing Hydrotha in the Plane of Water whenever I can, almost daily, to try and get another one of the rings that I have. Hang on a second, we're taking some damage here. No luck. I have only ever seen the one moss encrusted band off of Hydrotha. I've been going back almost daily and killing Carafrim in Sleeper's Tomb. Let's get that off of us. To try and get some legendary augments. No luck. Been going back almost daily and killing Saru to try and get some legendary augments. Again, no luck. Got a couple of the, I think 3 total, like ever, of the Saru augments. A lot more of the Seraphim augments, but not so much on the legendary front. I am using one of the Saru augments in my offhand, which I Fiery Fragment of Truth. Adds 10 fire damage to my offhand weapon, which I hope is adding to my backstab damage. All right, so yeah, you can see there. I don't even think I killed a single ad here on Saren. I just kind of powered through it. Did heal myself a little bit, but my sustainability has gone up drastically with the Cudgel, which has a life tap proc on it. Dark Siphon, yes. So that's unresistible 150 point life tap. How much that's actually hitting for and healing for, I'm not sure. It scrolls by too fast in chat, but it does well. And then moving up the Black Shroud buff proc to add more life taps has made a difference as well. Now previously I almost never kept a life tap on my bar, but I do have it now, and I've been using it a little more frequently. What do we got? We got a legendary one, Rune Warded Belt. Not too bad. I actually didn't even look at what we picked up off of Terrace. Coif of Flowing Time. Decent. Not as good as our Helm of Flowing Time, which is like the plate version. Arm Guards of the Brute. Actually, we already got Arm Guards of the Brute. We're planning on using those, so maybe we'll use those to, like, I don't know, level them up quicker, consume them or something. Rune Order Belt, Ring of Evasion, Gloves of the Unseen. Okay. Stuff we won't use. Now let's do this here. Try to burn that. Okay. Sneak Hide. Okay. Who's next? Probably do Talon next because he doesn't split and he's not super annoying. Also doesn't stun if I remember right. Alright, my 2 proc buffs faded, so let's get those up. I'm gonna get rid of Grimoire to free up a buff slot there. Alright, so we're going to pull Talon back to here so that Valen will leash, and we don't have to deal with the two of them like we learned the hard way the first time around. Alright. That should be good enough. Hopefully. Please go away. Please go away. There we go. Alright. Yeah, he leashed back. Alright, let's dot him up. So I was saying that haven't been up to a whole lot on the character. I've been working on my trade skills with the intent to eventually try to do the Aid Grimmel quest, which requires 220 skill in like all the trade skills to get through it, resulting in a, hang on a second, I'm getting chewed up here, best in slot earring basically. Or two. I don't know. I'll probably attempt to acquire the Signet of Might first, and then maybe think about the second one if it wasn't like super hard to do the first one. Once you get the trade skill, like skill ups done, and then you just have to do the quest. I haven't really looked at how difficult the quest is. So trade skills. Didn't really want to do a trade skill video. It's been, yeah, it's not fun. Time consuming and frustrating. Okay, we got a circlet of flowing time there. Okay, here comes Valen. Hi, Valen. All right. Oh no, he's going back. Okay. Death piece. Drop aggro on him. Or no, he's coming back. So we've got a handful of our trade skills up to where they need to be. Still working on blacksmithing. We're up to 212. So we got 8 more points to go on that. We did do fletching. We got fletching up to 220. That was expensive, but not difficult. A little bit time consuming. May have taken like I don't know, an hour of like standing in front of the merchant, buying stuff, clicking. But expensive. Still got to do jewelry making. Still got a couple more points to get in pottery. We're at 218. Need to get again to do 20. We're also at 218 blacksmithing, so that seems to be like, I don't know, you can get to 200-ish relatively quickly, but like 200 to 220 seems to be difficult. We did get baking up to where it needs to be, so we're at 223 there. We did brewing a while ago, so we were all set there. Still working on tailoring. We're actually at 219 tailoring. So hopefully a couple more combines, and yeah, we got tailoring, blacksmithing, pottery. They're all very close, and then we'll have to do jewel crafting, but I don't know. I feel like that one's just going to be expensive because I think you can just buy everything you need off of a vendor. So, all right, let's try to do Valen now if he wants to come over here. All right. Okay. Keeps warping back. So, come here, buddy. He does like split at some point. I forget when that is though. Hey man, he's hitting hard. Yeah, he just split. Okay. Refresh the dots, and I'll probably go after some his. No, we'll stay on him. He's dying pretty quick. The handful of upgrades I've got from the Plane of Time here have made a big difference in getting through this stuff. All right, got him. All right, got a legendary Shinai of the Ancients. Very nice. Monk Beastlord weapon. Wand of Temporal Power. Pretty nice. 750 direct damage proc. A Globe of Mystical Protection. Range slot. Alright, so that's those guys. Let's go visit the next area. So I do, from one of the previous runs here in Plane of Time, have a couple clickies, but they don't stack. So got one with Form of the Endurance 2, which gives me, what is it, 180 hit points. So I can choose between that or this one, which is Form of Defense 2, which gives me 53 AC. So when I use one of those, I'm usually using the AC. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good call, but yeah, I'm nearly 19,000 hit points self-buffed right now. So I feel like 180 hit points isn't going to make a huge difference, but the 53 AC might help. What else we can do? Another damage shield here. Hang on, let's give my pets group primal essence. And I don't need it, so I'm just going to click it off. Alright, Bertoxulus or Kazakh? Probably go with Birdie. Hang on, we're going to sneak up on him, but come on. Okay, good, good, okay. Alright, let's get Melos on him. Melosinate. There we go. let's go Rabid Bear, kind of speed things up a little bit. Definitely gonna use it or need it on Ralos, but with it being a 8-minute cooldown and it being up for 5 minutes, it should be up by the time we get back to get around to Ralos, assuming we do him last. Let's refresh these dots on him. Okay. Leggings of Furious Might. Nice. Legendary. Very nice. Symbol of Ancient Summoning. Pretty nice. Has a focus effect, Minion of Eternity. I think that's like a, yeah, makes your pets stronger or something. Then we got Eye of Dreams, which has a clickable mana buff. Basically just gives you like a slightly bigger mana pool. I forget how much it is, 400, something like that. Yeah, 400. Increase maximum mana by 400. Alright, let's go kill Kha'Zix. And Bertoxulus will help us with this. For some of these, I'm basically just dotting them and auto-attacking. My spell damage is up to 657 out of 750, so it's getting close to the cap. It's crazy to think that it can get more powerful. I feel like I'm doing pretty good, but guess there's room for improvement.
Duel down. Who's next? An orc. We've still got the Bertoxulus pet who's helping us out here. Looks like my Shaman pet is there. I don't see the Shadowknight pet. Hold on a second here. Let me deal with these guys. Let's see, pet health. Yeah, only the Shaman pet is up, but I do have, where is it? I had my Shadowknight pet suspended, using the suspend minion AA, or I had a extra pet suspended for situations like this where I forgot that or didn't realize that he was dead and then engaged the boss. So there we go. With the second rank of that suspend minion AA, you can kind of keep a pet in your pocket so that you summon him, you buff him, you hit the suspend minion, it like suspends him, you hold on to him, you can summon a new pet, and then if that new pet dies, you can hit suspend minion again, and it'll pull out the one that you had suspended. Alright, Rabid Bear is back up. I'm gonna save it for for Ralos though. Since an orc is down to 20% health. Alright, an orc is dead. Songblade. Shroud of Survival, Earring of Celestial Energy. What do we pick up off of? Kazakh, didn't even bother looking. Earring of Unseen Horrors. Staff of Transcendence and Mask of Simplicity. Okay. Yeah. Potential upgrade if we can get it to legendary. I got Earring of Celestial Energy. Oh, form of protection. Resists by 20. Okay. That's another clicky here. Shroud of Survival. And we got the Songblade of the Eternal. So Bard Weapon. Alright. Ralisek next. We're gonna pull him over to the far corner here. Oh, stun. No. Hang on a minute. Hopefully we don't die here. That stun is brutal, I'll tell you. Alright. All healed up. Run over here. This has worked out well for me. I don't know if it's the best strategy, but just pulling him over here, giving me a little more time to deal with him while the ads that I assume spawn over near where he spawns have to run over here. Alright, we'll do Rabid Bear. Now I have not tried him since I rearranged my buffs or added a weapon proc back to my primary hand. For a bit I was only using like a, I don't know, stat augment. Alright, we'll do Spirit Guardian here, and we'll switch to some ads. I'll do Ancestral Aid, man. Get some dots back on him. We'll go do some more ads again. Okay. Okay, get my heal over time on myself here. Okay. Refresh some dots on him. Refresh my heal over time. Throw a life tap at him. Kill some more ads. He seems to do a whole lot of damage once he gets like low health. I don't know if there's some that's like a mechanic or I just have bad luck, but switching to the ads tends to help me. Why are they running? Where's going on? Because I can life tap them easier with my procs. Also, they die quickly, so I get killing spree procs for like more healing. Alright, refresh dots. Okay. Okay. Now he is dead, but now he's my pet. All right. Yeah, so that was much easier. The combination of the gear upgrades, reworking the buffs, and changing out primary weapon proc augment. I don't know. I feel like that went a long way. Like, finish that fight with full health and 80% mana. All right. And I think my proc buffs faded mid-fight. Wait a second. Also lost Focus of the 7th. Cast Focus of the 7th. Okay, got it. Do my proc buffs again. Okay, and we got another Timeless Breastplate mold. We got Sandals of Empowerment. And we got a Visor of the Berserker. Visor of the Berserker. That sounds familiar. No. Oh, speaking of items, so hang on a second. Quorum is over there. On our second kill of Quorum, we got a Earthen Bracer of Fortitude. Now it was not. It was just a base version, so we did level it up, but very good. So yes, that's another upgrade that I got that I forgot to mention earlier. Okay, let's see. Probably want to try to have full mana here. Alright, there we go. Sneak. Hide. Alright, let's go see Quorum. And okay. Okay. Let's go Call of the Ancients. Get some dots on him. More dots. Let's expand this window so we can see debuffs here. Pets are gonna die from the dots. And so am I. I was too busy looking at my pet's health. Alright. Alright. Well, we'll get back and try again. Alright, we are back at Quorum. We've got the pets resummoned, fully buffed. Preemptively throw a Hail Over Time on them. And myself. We'll start out with a Melos and go to town. Okay. Let's do Rabid Bear. Do Spirit Call. So far, so good. Pets are doing okay. Let's do a radiant cure. No, didn't seem like that helped the pets at all. I'll throw a heal over time on myself, and then we'll throw a heal over time on the wolf pet if we can get him. Alright. There we go. Alright. Okay. Throw Spirit Guardian, and hopefully we don't die. Alright, we're gonna do Leech Curse, probably. Yeah, we'll save it for a second. Alright, he's about to hit. When you got Leech Curse going. Give us a little extra oomph. Make our melee attacks heal us a little more. Okay. I'll throw Harm Touch on him. So counterattack. Yeah, see? Look. Look. Corm died, and we summoned ourselves. And we're getting bard buffs. Look, he's doing like bard songs. We're getting Psalm of Mystic Shielding, War Song of Ashir. Yeah, that that's more interesting than Corm dying. Yeah, that's broken. That's very broken. That should not be happening. Let's check out what he dropped. He's got a big body. I don't know where I'm supposed to stand to loot him. Not at his head. I'll try over here. Nope. Over here maybe. Okay, at his butt. What do we get? We got Whirl of Unnatural Forces, Stone of Flowing Time, Shroud of Eternity. Let's take a look. Stone of Flowing Time, range slot. Okay. Shroud of Eternity. Okay. Whirl of Unnatural Forces. Not bad. Actually quite good. As is expected for loot off of Corm. So that's it. Corm is dead. Plane of Time cleared? Question mark. What is this? So yeah, yeah. See, we're getting bard buffs from this guy, our pet, or ourselves. Um, so where's Druzel? Over here, right? And I think if you talk to Druzel, balance of time is at risk. Will you help me to set it right? Help. Um, pour my power into the elemental spires to weaken Zeb, but can't finish alone. Um, it will strain the fabric of magic within the plane of time, potentially degrade anything he holds. Uh, will you aid me? Sure. So be it. So be it. Jerusalem succeeds, Zeb staggers, power diminished. Now it's up to you to defeat and restore the timeline. Okay. I'm going to need probably a curse cure. What do I want to not have on? I guess Bane heals, cure, greater remove curse. I need mana too. So I think that I just kind of did the easy. I triggered the easy version of Zeb Exoric, or Zeb. Haven't tried him before, so figure we'll start small. Don't know if we'll be able to take him. Never mind the hard version, normal version, whatever you want to call it. Refresh my proc buffs here. Alright, is my... looks like my Shadowknight pet's dead, so... cast, invoke, death, Shadowknight. Looks like the bard pet is gone. give it a try. Hopefully. He hits hard. Ouch. Okay. Kha'Zix. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're not ready for that. Even the air quote easy version. I'm not gonna rub my head into that wall for too long. I think we need some more gear before we're ready for that. We're wearing a couple pieces of Plane of Time gear, but not. Yeah, we're not like fully Plane of Time geared, so I'm not too upset that we can't do that yet. If I were to make it further that time around, I'd probably try a few more times, but Zeb was hitting us for 25-17 pretty often. And add another god onto that, hitting us for 1500, and that's 2, 3, 4, over 4k basically per swing between the two of them. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it, guys. Not sure what the next episode will be. I feel like it would take a while for me to get to the point where I can kill Zeb solo, if ever. So that it feels like the most logical next episode, but I don't know when or if that will be. So yeah, I think for now, I'm probably just gonna be trying to gear up more, killing those Plane of Time gods when I can, getting more gear, leveling up the gear that I do have a handful of pieces that I need to finish leveling up. I got these greaves that are now enchanted. We'll get to legendary, swap those in. I got these arm plates that I'm planning on wearing. We'll get those to legendary, swap those in. I got my eye on the Signet of Might, so working on trade skilling. Maybe when I get to the point where I can do the quest for the Signet of Might, maybe I'll do an episode about that. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for following my journey. Hope you're having fun with the journey of your own. And until next time, take care.